The views, opinions, and pages shared by YWR Revolution and guests are not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Hello and welcome, everyone. It's Darius Farazande. Thanks for tuning in and connecting today. Our guest is Courtney Levins, and I've got a big question for you. Would you like a timeline transformation? Meaning, would you like a rapid shift in your life trajectory in maybe a totally different direction, or maybe in the same direction, but faster? Well, one of the things I learned personally, 100% proven in my own life, is that the angels and this beautiful soul right here, Courtney Levins, can actually help you shift your timeline. How do I know? Because when I first met her about 14 years ago, I was going through a marriage ending and I was unsure about what to do with my life. And I actually considered going back to this broken space and trying to make it work. And she showed me through the angels the timelines. In fact, she drew it out on a whiteboard. And I remember it to this day because I not only saw the timelines, I felt the energy. I was gifted with the energy in my body of what it would feel like to go one way or the other. And my body at that point absolutely had a shift. And I knew there was no other choice but to follow the highest timeline that Courtney said. And she predicted it all. She said, I would move to Austin. I would meet somebody that lived in the area. We would drive on the weekends, and even came down to the fact that she said we were going to have 2 kids. Actually happened that way. She said it actually came down to that. So all of this is pretty cool. We're going to dive into how this works, what's going on, but more importantly, your biggest questions, like what is a timeline transformation? What happens if we're on the wrong path? How do we get on the right path for us? And how do we accelerate that? And how do we know maybe what's the right path to be on? We're going to dive into all of that. Courtney has been an angel healer and reader for more than 15 years. And yeah, when I saw her, she was just getting started. And she was that good, and she's even more amazing now. And one of the things she does is she works as an executive spiritual advisor, an angel communicator, a teacher, a healer, and a mentor. And she's also very down to earth. She's got a beautiful angelic demeanor, a relatable personality. She's also my personal friend. We've hung out. She's come to my birthday. She's just an amazing being, but she's helped people all over the world to find a better life. And that can mean things like more money, more abundance, more possibility, more love, more vitality and energy. And she also uses gifts of seeing, healing, feeling to communicate with the angels and also relay their guidance in understandable ways. For me, I would feel it in my body. Like there was no way to go back because I knew what it was going to be like. And she also helps people all over the world. She's got her own angel school, her Earth Reader certification school, and a lot more. She's busy. She's the mom of 3 beautiful girls, and she stays busy with her family and friends, and her forthcoming book, an angel oracle card deck. So I've shared my story. It is one that you will hear over and over again at YWR because I credit being here to Courtney, because honestly, I could have gone the other way. I was just like not sure what to do. She set me on the path, and she's here to help set you on your path. So let's listen in and do this for me. Send in your questions. You can raise your hand. Courtney, welcome to YWR Revolution. Welcome back, I should say.
Thank you, Darius. And come on, I've got to give you so much credit. One, you were willing to listen to what the angels had to say. And some of it, come on, guys, it can be kind of tough to listen to what they have to say. No one wants to be told, that's not for your highest and best good. Or, ooh, maybe we want to try it a different way. But Darius, at least you are open and willing enough to say, okay, let's see what they've got to say. And then to be able to understand that the angels can show you, yeah, if you go this way, here's what it looks like, which could be very comfortable. What a friend of mine said, it's the devil you know, right? You stay with that job you hate or that relationship because it's comfortable, you know it, rather than going, okay, let me step out of that fear. And they're showing this other timeline, this other possibility for me. I mean, that's bold to be able to say, you know what, let's do it. So I commend you for being open-minded and opening your heart to receiving the messages and then acting on it.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I was pretty much in a dire straits. I didn't know which way to go, and I was heartbroken. I was just really like confused. And what got me was that even I had different timelines. Like I had studied all of this stuff, but I don't think I really could see and feel the options. And this is what I want to bring forth for people. Every human being has options. Talk to me a little bit. I want to get into your story and your work, but talk to me a little bit about options and timelines for people that feel like they're in the same job, they're in the same romance or lack of, they're in the same health condition, the same situation. What do the angels have to say about possibilities and timelines?
So, perfect example. My client this morning, she's one of my business executive mentoring clients. And a few months ago, she came to me and said, I feel like I'm in a rut. My business isn't thriving. My love life for dang sure is not thriving. I'm tired of my house. I mean, so y'all, if you can imagine every single avenue of her life, she just felt like was closing in on her. And she was like, is this my lot in life? Is this what I'm going to be doing? And I said, well, let's check in and see. And immediately the angels showed me different timelines, different paths for her. And like you, she had to make a decision, right? And one of the things was, if you think you're going to sit at home and you're not going to go out and not going to put effort and energy into dating, then the only person you're going to date is the Domino's pizza delivery guy or the Amazon delivery person. You have to put that effort and energy into it. So giving her the strength, the tools, and the information of which path was going to be the best for her opened up all these other doors. Plus, she also started learning how to really receive the messages from her angels. And one of the things that she found was, she said, Courtney, you're right. They will bless, they will block. And so there were different avenues that she had tried. And she was like, I feel like I'm beating my head against a brick wall. And I said, right. And you may even be able to stick with it and make something happen, but you've tried this same thing over and over again, and it's not working out. So if you want to go a higher vibration and get there faster and shortcut all that hard work, then we can do this. And she was like, this is so much better and so much easier. And very happy to share, she is now happily engaged. They bought this. Oh my gosh, it was world.
Okay.
17 years old though, but yeah, just bought their house together. Just beautiful.
Wow. Okay. You had me at they will bless and they will block. And I'm very curious about that. Go back to that. We're going to talk about your work and your story, but you said the angels will bless and they will block. Now, how many of you here have had a situation where you kind of had a feeling like it wasn't right? You went ahead with it and it's just like dragging and it never works. And it feels like it's just constantly a challenge. Tell me about the fact that what you said, they will bless and they will block. What does that mean?
Right. Your angels, they want you to live a life joyous, happy, right? And if you notice that you are trying to plan for something, and every time you keep applying for this job or you keep doing something, it doesn't follow through, it doesn't happen, it doesn't work. You and this friend keep trying to meet up for lunch and she's got something going on or you've got something going on, your car is broken. Or like for my other client this morning, she said, I kept trying to work and I realized I didn't have the power cord for my computer. She said, that's okay, I'll go to my laptop. And she went, son of a gun, I don't have the power cord for it. And I've got like 20 minutes worth of battery life. And I said, are you willing to think in a different way? And she said, what? And I said, is it possible your angels are actually blocking you from doing the work you're wanting to do right now because they want you to do something else?
Yeah, to open up another timeline, to see like, okay, hey, wait a minute, maybe this isn't for me. So everyone, are you feeling like you're blocked in some way? I want to know. But here's the thing, Courtney. So if we're blocked in one way and yet, okay, we should be looking for another timeline, but we can't find it. We don't know what it is. We're not able to see that. Then what do we do?
For everybody, you can do this now. Put your hands on your heart. Drop into your heart space and genuinely, sincerely ask your angels to put that calling in your heart. Ask yourself to receive it, to open yourself up to be receiving their messages and thank them. Be in that energy of gratitude when you ask for these answers, because you will get a sense, you will get a feeling. And when I worked with my client this morning, we did the same thing. And I said, what is it your angels really wanted you to do? And she said, enjoy my new house. Yeah. And it's some of the things that I tell my certified readers. Maybe you've got this certain amount of time set up to do readings, but you don't have any appointments. Are you going and doing laundry? Or are you putting effort and energy into your heart's calling? Are you meditating? Are you communing with your angels and guides? And it's when we start doing what our heart is calling us to do, we get out of our own way. We start to see that there's more, and our focus expands, because we can micromanage ourselves, right? We can get very, very narrow focus. Then we start with the judgment and the criticism and all the naysayers and the baggage of what's our belief coming through on this.
Right.
They will bless you in an avenue of, oh, this feels really good to apply for this career. This makes my heart open and expand. Then our logic kicks in. Mom said, I'm not going to make any money doing that. Right. Dad, he doesn't know that job's going to hold water, right? All those kinds of things. But ask your angels to let you feel that. And I promise you they do. And when I say they block things, let me be clear about this. So I had a client who really wanted this condo townhome. She was like, it's all we want. It's going to be right down the road from my parents and everything like that. And some people call it spiritual bypassing. If you clear a belief or you change, something in manifesting, then you're not learning all the lessons. Mm-hmm. But remember, your angels will bless or block. So as I started going through and telling her what we need to know and what your angels really want to know is they want to know that you want this heart, mind, body, soul, that your whole family is on board. And what was happening is one of the family members was blocking this flow to receiving this. And I said, it's going to take some work. You're going to have to put in some emails and do this step and this step and this step. And you're going to have to manifest it. And here are the instructions for doing that. And then everything started falling into place. And she was on that new timeline, jumping that timeline, bringing it forward into the future. And the things that happened, the synchronicities and the doors that opened for her and the holy crap, that never happens, these aha moments were so unreal. And she said, you're right. It's all opening.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the other side of this is when you get on that right timeline, everything accelerates. I mean, I saw this in my own life. When I was doing my old timeline, financial abundance was very hard. It was very hard to make things work and grow. When I got on the new timeline, it was like money was very easy. Everything flowed. And I mean, I could tell you all stories. It's simply amazing what can happen, but we're going to get into that. And I want to shift some timelines for people too. And I really want you to believe this because I've lived it. And it is absolutely true. And the answer, as Courtney said, it's inside of you. It's slowing down. And for those of you that need help, we're going to help you today. Courtney, for people not familiar with your work and how this kind of opened up for you, how did you get started in just this doorway of being able to read energy and feel the angels giving you messages?
Darius, it's probably a super crazy story. My mom had just been diagnosed with cancer. We were going through a really hard time there. My emotions were all over the place. I'd been diagnosed as bipolar, which was a whole experience in and of itself. But I started hearing music. And this is what led to me going to the doctor and being diagnosed as bipolar. I started hearing music. I started hearing voices, conversations. Went so far one night as I was lying in bed reading a book and I could hear my neighbors having a party. And I was like, that's so unfair. I'm a single girl. They know I'm single. Why wouldn't they invite me? And I went over to the window, totally expecting people to be standing in my yard because I could hear them talking. Couldn't make out the conversations, but I could hear them talking. And went over there and there was no one there. And I went, oh my gosh. And this happened night after night. The music was otherworldly. It's kind of hokey, but I couldn't figure out which instruments were being played. And when I would try to listen to it closer, it would fade away. That's what led me to the doctor to go, I'm hearing voices, nothing negative. They weren't telling me to do something bad. I'm hearing Dick, my dad, God love him. He goes, baby, just turn off the radio, right? That's the radio playing, but that's that mentality. Went to the doctor. They gave me a cocktail of drugs, and let me tell you, I became an instant zombie. Fast forward into my spiritual growth, learning how to clear myself and shield myself and not have these horrible picking up on everybody else's energy. I started to feel the calm. And I will tell you now, after my mother's death, I wanted so badly to be able to communicate with her. I said, I know there are people who can do this, and I want to learn how to do it. So that led me on that adventure to learn how to communicate with my angels and guides, because I wanted so desperately to talk to my mom. She was my best friend. And then I realized, you know what? I can help other people with this. And looking back on it now, I know that when those angels came to me at night and I could hear the music and I could hear the voices, that was their way of coming to me and saying, we're here for you. And what they knew that I didn't was that my mom was about to pass and I was going to need their support. So don't do what I did. Don't go get on, 50 million different prescriptions and become a zombie.
Yep.
Go within. Think about what's going on. What help is there to help you? And of course, I will be more than glad to help you with that, to sort through it all. But know that they do want us to live a life of joy and of love. And it was their way of coming to me and saying, you have gifts and we want to open them for you. And just like with the people on the show today and people who get readings from me, I can show you what gifts you have and how to open them so you too can start receiving messages from your angels and guides.
Incredible. Yeah, that is such an amazing story, and blessings to you and your family for all that you went through and the doors that it positively opened, which is amazing. Now, you've used these gifts to help a lot of people, myself included, many clients all over the world. What are some of the things that you've seen happen? Some of the, I don't know if I'd call them success stories, but just things where people's lives got a beautiful, heavenly transformation because of the angels, because of this guidance, this wisdom, this energy.
I want y'all to know, I don't recall my readings because they're not my thoughts, right? So okay. I've been asking my clients, hey, give me updates, give me feedback, let me know things that have come to fruition for you. I had such a wonderful story this week from one of my clients. She said, Courtney, months ago, she said, my sister's been trying in vitro, trying to get pregnant, hardcore, right? Y'all know how just heartbreaking it can be. And they finally told her, it's not you, it's your husband. There's no hope. It's not happening, right? I think they told him that his sperm was pretty much dead. And she was just completely at a loss. And she said, hey, go ahead and ask Courtney if she sees me getting pregnant, because she'd completely given up hope. And I said, let's see, what month is this? Okay. Yeah. As a matter of fact, when you go visit her, she's going to be pregnant then. And she said, and there was no medication, nothing like that. But that's been just a wonderful story. We've had animals that were lost and being
so real quick, she got pregnant. The sound kind of cut out.
Yes. She's pregnant and the baby is a month and 11 days old, or was this week. So the baby has now been born, and super happy family. And and I said, there's another one coming. And that's where you have some free will. If you don't want it in 13 months to be born, know that there are things you can do to prolong that.
Wow. So they showed another one actually coming where nobody thought there would even be one. Now there could be two. And that represents a potential timeline. So this is interesting because it ties into the story. Keep going.
One of my dear clients who I just adore, we knew that there were some things she had to clear up in her personal life, a relationship with her mom, but that would have to be cleared up before romance and love would enter her life. So we've been working on it, and was it this week or last week, started tuning into her, and I went, this is it. And she said, what do you mean this is it? And I said, oh my gosh, you've met the guy. And she was like, I have. And I said, honey, this is the one we've been seeing. And she said, I feel like it is. And I said, will you send me a picture of him? Because when I was seeing him, and y'all, if you've ever had a reading from me, I'll tell you, okay, he looks like this actor or this actress or something, reminds me of this person. I said, this guy reminds me of JFK Jr. And he was like, no way. And I said, wait. She sends me a picture and I went, oh, he's got this thing going this wavy hair like you, Darius. And she was like, oh my gosh. And we started going through the things that the angels had told us. And it was because now she and her mom are like besties. And her mom was like, please come live by us. And everything has fallen into place. So it's kind of like, when we finally get to that point, we go, okay, yeah, I'm ready to surrender.
Okay.
And I'm not going to plan, because we know God laughs when we decide we're going to plan out what's going to happen. Right. But when we go into that vibration and when we go into that timeline and when we do the work, when we make the decisions and when we say, okay, I'm going to do this, it opens up all the doors. And then it's like, bam, 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 super fast. And everything falls into place. And I told her, get ready, because this could be a whirlwind romance. Y'all maybe picking out rings by November. So that kind of stuff. Jobs, careers,
money. Good thing.
And it's so cute. I have clients who will ask me, what about this stock? And what about this stock? Yes, your angels, they want you to be abundant. God.
That's an interesting one. Yeah, keep going on that. That's one I feel like we have to unpack a little bit, because there is this belief, maybe in the spiritual communities, maybe just from old programming, that it's not spiritual to be abundant, or maybe we did something wrong, or we have some karma from some other, relative or some experience, and therefore it needs to be a struggle. Or maybe we're so open-hearted and we see this struggle happening on the planet that it's even hard just to imagine having our own dreams come true. I mean, I deal with these things myself. I mean, what do you have to say about that? We see kind of the world and challenges and wars and bombings, and we're like, God, why should I even want for more? I'm just grateful just to be alive. I mean, how does that all fit? Like, what is the story on this?
It's so true. I feel like we get tested, right?
Yeah.
How much responsibility are we willing to take on? How strong are we in our resolve? Where are we going to hold firm and stand our ground? And I told my my angel school students this morning, I said, sometimes we get to a point in life where it's a slippery slope, and it's, do we want to give in? And no, maybe we don't feel like this is morally right or ethically right, but hey, I really want that job, or I really want that money, and doing this shady thing is what everybody's done, and look how successful they are. So we compromise ourselves and we go, well, this is the way everybody does it, we've got to do it. And I said, but if we can step back and say, okay, would you want your daughter to do this? Would you want your son to do this? And boy, then it gets real easy to draw that line in the sand and say, absolutely not. This is where I take a stand. Yep. And so we have to check in with ourselves on things like that. There's so much going on, not just politically, but even like in pop culture and things like that. And it can really start to crumble down on us, especially those who are spiritual. We think, oh, you have to make a deal with the devil to be successful. Right. And I promise you, God, creator, spirit, source, wants you to be abundant, overflowing, right? Wants you to be able to enjoy this. And here's the other thing. It doesn't mean that you get money or you receive a windfall or anything like that just so you can help others, okay? It's not, oh, give it to me just so I can give it all away. They want you to receive, but know that you will also be tested in, a lot of times, with the amount of abundance we receive. Can we hold up to the pressure? Can we hold up to the scrutiny? And know that that's part of it. And we have to be really firm within ourselves of saying, I know who I am. I know whose approval I'm seeking. And it's not Joe Blow on social media. It's not somebody with an opinion who doesn't even know who I am or has never walked in my shoes, right? We have to really get secure in who we are, what we stand for, what we're wanting. And when those beliefs come up of not deserving or we have to suffer in order to grow, those kinds of things, then we can pinpoint that and ask, is this helping us in life? Is this actually blocking us?
Yeah.
Right? Because your angels do want you to be blessed.
Yeah, I love that. And I appreciate that, because I think the truth is when we actually work in the higher energies, when we work in sort of truth and alignment with all of the divine energy of the universe, that's an abundant state. You know, people making a deal with the devil, I think they have to do that because they're actually acting in contravention with divine law. So they have to have all these weird manipulations and distortions and inversions that end up all falling apart. But actual true divine connection is abundant. And it just is alignment to everything that's good, everything that's rich, everything that's real, everything that's truly of the matters of the heart. That's the divine state. And that's really where the angels come from, in my opinion, you know, and so you don't have to force that. So I want to go to some questions. I want to go to some callers today as well. And Courtney, I want to ask you, what are some of the misconceptions maybe about angels and angel readings that, you know, you frequently have to kind of share with people so they really understand what this is? What's a big misconception about this?
It was something I had to learn kind of the hard way.
Yeah.
I'm not all knowing. I'm not reading your mind. I'm not always tuning in. And I had a neighbor who I just thought was so fun, and I really wanted to be friends with her. And it just didn't happen. And I was like, dang. Once she moved, then I found out she thought that I was like seeing that she stole somebody's pen in third grade, or that I was tuning into her marriage or tuning into her life. And I promise you, we turn it on and we turn it off. I had a client last week who said, tell me what the next 6 months are going to look like.
Okay.
I said, okay, let's talk about this, because if I go into that for you, think of looking up at the stars, the galaxy, the constellations. There are so many pinpricks of light with those stars.
Okay.
That's what those options are for me to tune to. So I can tune in and I can see that you're trying to decide which gas station to go to, but I don't think that's really what you want me to tune into.
Right.
Then we got more narrow focus and kind of granular on what she really wanted to know. And then it really opened up. So I want you to know, I'm not walking around tuning into your marriage. I'm not looking at you in the shower, and neither are your angels. We see a lot of things with the energy of, ooh, this makes you feel really, really yuck.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yes.
Or, wow, this makes your heart expand. And this is so great for you. And you're so supported by the universe and angels and everything. So that I used to think, well, if you're so psychic, how come you don't know the winning lottery numbers? Right? And then, so Cord, my husband, y'all heard me talk about him. He said, babe, can you do something and use your, he calls it my spidey senses, and find out those winning lottery numbers? And I said, it's not my destiny to win the lottery. So I'll never be able to come up with the winning lottery numbers for myself. And if I play them, I could play it every week for 5 years. And the day I stop, those numbers will come up, because it really is about what is your destiny. And I know in my lifeline, it's not my destiny to win the lottery. Now, I'm not so sure about him, because I think he may have something like that in there. But I want y'all to know, I'm not going to steal your inventions. I'm not going to play your stocks. If I tell you these stocks look really good for you, I can just about guarantee you 100% I'm not going to go do them for myself, because I'm tuning in for you. And what's your highest and best good? What do the angels have to say for you?
Yeah. And what I love about that, the message to that is everybody has the highest and best good. You can't steal somebody else's or borrow somebody else's or see someone and say, oh, I want to be like my neighbor. The problem I see is a lot of times we're trying to borrow that from someone else and then it never works. So now might be a good time, a great time to actually dig in and really find out what that is for you, because you have it. It's unique to you. There's flow. The angels will block or bless you to help you move into that timeline when you're ready. And this is what we're going to be talking about. So if you felt blocked and you've not felt blessed, we're going to dive in to exactly what's going on, where to move to, what to do, what may be the next opening for you. And we're going to talk about timeline transformation, because I know there are a lot of people here that are kind of like, I'm done. I am ready for a shift. I can't do this anymore. I need a timeline transformation. And guess what? It's in you. So let's go to some callers. Go ahead, raise your hand. I'm going to go to, well, I've got Christina K-A. We'll just say that's her first two of her last name. Christina, I'm going to send you the unmute request. You have one big question for Courtney Levins today. And if it's about a timeline or a decision point, well, that would fit in great with today's topic, but we want to help you no matter what it is.
Good evening. First of all, you look great, both of you. So I just want to say that. And then, yeah, my question is about the timeline. Yes. Hi, Courtney. I spoke to you in February. And yeah, we did see that I may have a timeline of getting a new home or moving. And it could be in 3 weeks or 3 months or whatever. But nothing has really happened yet. And I was just wondering, I'm so being impatient. Just wondering if something is on the chart.
Yes. Christina, do me a favor. Tell me your geographic location so I can pinpoint that energy and your age, honey.
Yes, my age is, well, on Thursday, 58. And I am in Sweden at the moment.
Okay. So as soon as I go into this, they're telling me there was a decision that was made that put things off. Wait, we're in September. That put things off until September. So know that there is some other energy that's coming up right now this month that you, and it looks like there's someone else, a masculine energy, most likely a male, who you are making some decisions with, speaking to, and that those decisions that you're making this month are putting things in motion. I'm seeing quite a bit around this, but it feels like there was a decision made that you weren't very happy with earlier in the year, end of spring, beginning of summer. Does that resonate with you? Do you know what they're referring to?
Not really, to be honest with you, but yeah, not at this very moment anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're under, when you're put up, on the spotlight like this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally agree.
Let's dive deeper into this, Christina, because the move is not out of the realm of possibilities, but it looks like it's been blocked. There's been a decision that's been made. There's been almost like a succumbing to somebody else's influence of, okay, I'll stay in this job longer. I'll stay on this path longer. And you've put your dream aside is really what they're saying.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. Christina, we'll kind of let that germinate, ruminate, and then let us know what comes forward on the call and share with us. That's very interesting, because I do think we have to kind of see the signs sometimes and take the steps, because that also, like, I had to move to Austin. I had to decide I was going to do it. There was a lot of steps along the way, but I also had to hold the space of that thing happening. So, we've got some role to play here. We're going to talk about, I want to go to Nishara, who's been dealing with some challenges, and it probably has Nishara. Nishara, what is your question today for Courtney Levins? Let me see if I can send you the unmute request there. Nishara, are you able to unmute? If not, I'll jump to another person. Maybe we can get Nishara in a moment. All right. Yeah, no, doesn't look like that's working. Okay, let me go to Lynn, Lynne. Lynn, how can we help you today?
Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I sure can.
I have not been working in a long time, and I had been sending my resume out, and I need to update my resume again, but I am running out of money. I'm in like $80,000 in credit card debt, and I've been borrowing money off my credit cards just to pay my bills monthly. And I do feel stuck. I feel blocked. I need help.
Lynn, tell me, if they're showing me 59. Tell me your age and location.
I'm 61 and I'm in Madison, Wisconsin.
So 59 was a pivotal age for you. Now you don't have to know what that was, but a lot of people have found that maybe that was a move, a marriage, spiritual awakening. Boy, honey, you are blocked in more ways than one. And what's interesting is part of what they're showing is it feels like you're just barely keeping your head above water. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So Lynn, when I'm going into this, it's stepping out of fear. The good news is it's stepping out of fear. It's going a little bit higher, going for the job that you don't necessarily think you're qualified for. It's going for the job that you think, oh, I'll never get that job, but wouldn't it be nice? And the other thing is they want you to, instead of looking for the stepping stone or the Band-Aid, think about the long-term, the career. Take money out of the equation, okay? Because when we go and we focus on the money, we worry and we block it, okay? So it's about you stepping out of that, out of the fear. And like my 7-year-old says, tell fear, zip it, lock it, put it in your pocket, and forward, because this is about you. And I love this. Mother Mary is coming through and holding some space for you where she is behind you, helping you, support you to get up and out of this hole where the water's coming in. And Michael is on the other side pulling you up. So I love this. Know that you are supported wholly in this, because this isn't about you giving up and going, well, forget it, I'm just going to go back home and live with mom and dad. That's not what this is about. This is about you going, no, I can do this and I can do that job and I am a boss. And for you being able to step into that.
Can I ask Courtney real quick for her, is there a timeline? Like, what does that timeline look like? You said something like, don't go after the money, go after like the career, what you really want. Do they show a timeline where there is that path of what she really wants, what really resonates with her, and any clues on that? Because always, I mean, I believe that's always what we're here to do, is not just like have a job. It's like to really like have a career, have a space of contribution.
The job that it looks like you're looking at is like an administrative job. Is that correct?
I'm an accountant. Yes.
Okay. So this is going up higher than that. This is going up to be like working with the executive, the CEO, CFO. Okay. This isn't you dropping down to be a bookkeeper at a daycare. Okay. Nothing against bookkeepers, nothing against daycares, but you can feel that vibration difference. I see you going in for an interview. I love it. You're like making sure you're all ready. You feel very poised. You feel really good. And I got to tell you, it's a very masculine corporate field. And you kick butt. It looks like you're going back for your second interview. Yes, I really think I've got this. Now you're talking to somebody on the phone and telling them about it. And they're like, okay, well, don't get your hopes up. Okay, don't talk to that person anymore. Get your hopes up, get excited, and go, yeah, I feel really good about this. Because y'all, when you feel good, it radiates. And call in Archangel Jophiel. Anybody who's interviewing for a job, call in Jophiel and call in Archangel Haniel. Haniel gives us the grace. She gives us the poise. She gives us the strength. Jophiel helps us see things, sees the beauty in things, the beauty in our outfit, because we'll have a whole closet full of nothing to wear, right, ladies? But really be able to see the beauty in what you're going for. You've got this, Lynn. You've totally got this. You've got a decision to make, though.
Okay.
Of stepping out of fear and stepping into that higher timeline.
Okay. And when?
I'm seeing your second interview in November.
November?
Man.
Okay.
Hang in there, Lynn. You're close. You're close. And I agree about stepping out of fear. And I know it's hard. Sometimes it feels hard, but I agree about the vibration. And I agree about the timeline path of like actually choosing something you can be really excited about. I would say if you're not like super excited about a job, it's like, oh, I just need this right now. Maybe that's not it from what I'm hearing here. I'm going to go to another caller. This is really good. And we're going to focus on these timeline shifts. Let me go to Evie, Evie. Evie, I'm just grabbing you out of the blue here. You're calling to me. How can we help you today, Evie?
Yay. Hi. Jeez.
Hi.
Thank you. I felt so teary-eyed about Lynn.
Aww.
Suddenly I feel the tears coming. I just felt the emotions going through me because that's what I've been doing for ever so long, till I just want to, like, I don't know if I should. I have done every single thing possible, and I'm in the same situation, and I feel like I want to change my environment.
Yes.
And I want to see, like, if an opportunity comes for me to just move, I will just fly. I won't even just move. I'll be like gathering wings and just doing it. So I wanted to ask Courtney. Hello, Courtney. I'm just going on like that, but just wanted to find out if a move is possible. Should I do it? And just, where do I go from here? Stuck. I just want to move. Wings or whatever.
Okay. They're showing me in your work environment, you feel like you're not feeling heard. Is that true?
I'm not working. I just in my own environment. I just, like, nobody here.
Okay. You are a natural healer. And when I go into that energy for you, oh my gosh, can you feel yourself get excited about the opportunities?
Evie, did we lose you? That's interesting. Sometimes, Evie, I don't know. We may have had I don't know where Evie was calling in from. We may have had an interesting connection issue here. So let me know. You guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Evie, I'm going to leave Evie unmuted. I don't know if something happened. That's interesting. You know, sometimes I've seen things come up where a timeline's like really like good, and then something weird happens. It like tries to fritz out, you know, technology or just something else. So Evie, come back with us. We want to talk about that. And I was just going to ask you about the timelines. It sounds like there is a healer timeline for Evie, and I hope nothing is trying to block it, honestly. But I've seen that too. But if that's the case, then we got to do work to unblock it. Let me go to another caller. We've got Catherine Lou. Catherine, are you there? How can we help you? Interesting stuff today. Interesting.
Hi.
I was just telling, hey, Catherine, I was just telling another healer today. I was like, and they were talking about manipulation. And I was like, you know, there's some juju going around where, like, we start opening up to good stuff, and then there's like this cloud, and we've got to like break through the cloud. So I don't know if that's happened with Evie and the phones, but we're going to break through it today because we got a lot of good vibration here. So what's going on?
I would say it's something similar to what you're just stating, because I feel like I'm on the cusp of, because I've been in the flow. I know how that is. And it just, I'll be there, and then I feel like I've fallen off, and I don't know. I'm trying to pinpoint, like, what is it that every time it feels like it's like an up and down. Whereas, like, I feel like I'm in the flow, and then I'm not, and things are going wrong, and then I'm in the flow, and then things are, you know. So I'm trying to understand, like, how do I stay in the flow?
Sure.
But also, my other question is that I've been trying to move to Hawaii, and I've just been moving around a lot. Like, it hasn't been happening. But also, these past couple of years, I've been having a lot of like interference with just life in general.
Yeah, just what I was saying.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, how do I,
Sure.
what do I do about that? How do I stay in the flow?
Catherine, how old are you and where are you geographically?
I'm 41 and I'm in South San Francisco, California right now.
Okay. So a couple of things going on with this. And I love this question because, Darius, this applies for so many people and so many things. And if you are a healer, if you are an entrepreneur, well, there are days that you go, I'm just going to quit and go back to selling motorcycles, right? We know that's not in the highest and best good, but we get in the flow, we get supercharged, we are amped up, we are motivated, and then it just falls off. Where is your focus? What are we focusing on? And this is the big thing. Do you have someone who helps keep you accountable, who texts you in the morning and says, man, you are on fire today. Money is chasing you. You know, you're going to help 3 new people today, right? That gets you pretty focused. One of my clients and I, we decided we're going to try the 5 a.m. club. I don't know if y'all have heard about this, where you get up at 5 and for 20 minutes, you work out vigorously. For the next 20 minutes, you read and learn something new. And then for the next 20 minutes, you spend on your spirituality, right? It's really, really hard to get out of the flow when you are committed to that. Think about where your focus is. And Catherine, when I go into Hawaii for you right now, you've got a lot of change on the horizon, positive change, good change. You and I both know all you have to do is buy a plane ticket and you're on your way to Hawaii, right? But as far as everything falling into place, there are some things that they are wanting you to, there are some soul contracts that haven't been finished.
Okay.
Now, the good news is when I go into this timeline for you, July, you could have exited. That could have been your exit moment. There was a little fear. Oh, I love the way Michael's doing this. That inner fear that comes into play, right? It's someone else, a naysayer, makes you think less. I can't do it, whatever. No problem. I see December being another time when you are going to be able to look at it with clear eyes, a renewed sense of motivation, excitement, enthusiasm. And y'all, those are some things that we want to ask about. Is there something else I need to finish before I move or change this job? Is there something I haven't learned? Because that's also something that can come through that is like, oh, you can try. And know that you also have free will, right? But Catherine, I feel like December, you've got some things cleared out. It looks like you're even doing some decluttering right now. Is that true?
I have to leave my current place because I was planning to move to Hawaii. I've been staying in like temporary spots because I'm like in my head, like I'm just gonna move, right?
Yeah,
but I have to plan, I have to deal with the logistics kind of thing. And I've gone to Hawaii. I was trying to look for a place. It didn't happen yet. So now I have to leave the current spot I'm in. And the next best thing that I'm feeling drawn to is just going back to New York to spend time with my family and then do the real move.
And doesn't that resonate with that timeline of December? Let's think about this. About the holidays coming up, right?
I was thinking of spending the holidays with my family, but I thought I was in my head thinking a little bit later than that. But but pretty much it's pretty much within the timeline that I was thinking.
So while you're with your family, know that you may be jumping on the computer here and there and going, any houses or places to live, and know that the energy is right for that in December. So know that energy and that clarity about where and when is really going to come through in December.
Okay.
Sure, that may say, okay, yeah, it's available now. We call the people, we talk to them, we set up the date. Maybe that's not till January. And remember, a lot of people will wait till the new year because it's like a fresh start, right? But feeling that into that energy and say, okay, getting family out of the way, right? This is a good break. This is a good timeline. This is a good way because you're going to be motivated and ready to go. Loving that for you.
Okay. Sounds like the next step is perhaps New York and then Hawaii. So yeah, very interesting. I want to also make note for Evie. We had a few people. We had Anushka when she heard Evie's voice say, quote, unquote, and I hope that Evie hears this because I think that something may be trying to stop Evie from following this path. You know, sometimes when we're on our path, when we're really close, that's when it gets hard. But this is what was said by Anushka. She said she's a healer. She's really a healer. I could feel the field. Wow. That's what she said. And Anushka has been doing this for a long time. And she said, yep, I could feel the healer capacity. So Evie, absolutely. You are a healer. So Courtney's right. So you want to plug into that. Let me go to another caller. I'm going to see. I've got a nudge from another guest here. And we've got none other than, we got a lot of people climbing on. So things are moving. I got Tanya. or Tanya. I'm always the worst at pronunciation. Tanya or Tanya, you're live with Darius and Courtney. Do you have a particular decision point, a timeline choice, or do you want to know about a possible timeline? Can I'm sending you the unmute request if you can accept it. We'll see what Tanya has going on. If not, I would just jump to another person here. Let's see. Tanya is not responding. That's interesting. Okay, let's go to Tanya. Are you there? Nope, not yet. All right, then we're going to go to Kay, K-A-Y. Kay, how can we help you today? Do you have a timeline decision point?
Hi, hello. Can you hear me?
We sure can.
Okay, great. Well, I'm currently in Atlanta.
Okay.
And last year I was trying to decide if I should move to Charlotte, New York City, or Atlanta, but my furniture was still in Atlanta, and I kind of just came back here because my furniture was here. But I actually did win an apartment in New York, and I wound up letting it go. And sometimes I regret it because my rent here is higher, than New York, believe it or not.
What? That's
Yeah, I won like
crazy.
this lottery apartment.
Yeah.
And so now my lease will be up again soon in this by December.
Oh, this is a timeline. This is a
Yeah,
choice
so
point.
I need to make another decision.
Yeah.
Okay. Kay,
Yes.
does it make sense if I say that you almost wouldn't allow yourself to receive, like almost like, oh, not that you aren't, not that it's too good to be true, but you maybe on some level didn't feel deserving?
Well, you know what? It could. Well, the apartment I'm in now is like the best I've ever lived in. It's gorgeous, like it's concierge. It's amazing. The other building in New York was like that, but you know what? They actually never gave me the apartment, even though I got approved for it and everything. They kept kind of like stalling the move-in date and move-in date. So it could be, maybe you're right. Maybe I did have a thing with receiving or feeling good enough, or yeah, maybe.
Yes. And know that it doesn't mean that we have to say, no, I don't want it, because the energy will block it, right? They can't find the paperwork or this, that, and the other.
No, I got it. They just kept saying, oh, everybody's living in the building, but your unit or we're waiting for approval for your unit. I'm like, okay. Like, okay. Yeah.
When I go into Atlanta, I feel like it is a place for you to recollect, regroup, get everything together, and decide what it is you want to do. When I go into South Carolina, I got to tell you,
it was Charlotte. It was Charlotte.
Charlotte, North
Carolina. It's in North Carolina. Yeah.
North Carolina. Even better. So when I go into, I want you to know that I'm seeing romance on the horizon for you. So if this is a rekindling of your current relationship, I'm not feeling anybody around you though, or new romance, I see that there as well.
Oh, in Charlotte? I love it. Charlotte has a vibe to it. Like, now I lived in Atlanta 3 times, so this is like my 3rd time living here. It's nothing new, but Charlotte is just like, it's just a vibe when you get there. It has a little train that goes around. It's cute. It's like a cute town.
It's interesting you've been to Atlanta 3 times, because they keep showing it as like you keep coming back here to regroup, to collect, kind of like, okay, I'm here with this. Let me get my energy back. Let me get my motivation back. Let me decide what I want to do. And then like, boom. Yeah. So Atlanta's kind of that little safe haven for you. But yeah, I got to tell you, when I go to Charlotte, lots of things open up for you.
Okay. And what was the vibe for New York?
New York is there. There's a lot of excitement there for you. New York usually has a very masculine and sometimes oppressive energy for my clients, but I'm not seeing that for you. Okay, you're very much a leader. You can be very independent, but also very great with relationships, and people love you and want to be around you. So are you wanting to start something new, or are you wanting to continue the path you're going? And this is more with your career hobbies?
I want to get married and have a kid. I have a career, but I want to have kids. I want to focus on love.
If you're wanting to do something entrepreneurial and take business to the next level, then New York is going to fit that timeline. Okay. If you're wanting family romance, Charlotte, baby.
Whoa.
Interesting. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sounds like my story. I mean, in a way of like, thank you, Kay. This is cool. Very specific. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you. She's off. See, that's the kind of acceleration. And I predict she's going to accelerate that goal in Charlotte, and she could accelerate the other goal in New York, but you've got to know what you want. So I love that. I got one more question, and then we're going to do a process, and we're going to talk a little bit about what Courtney's opening up for us. So I've got a question from Hillary Quigley, and this is on the Q&A. So she's not able to open up her line, at least not right now. She says, I'm 68 from Northwest England. Could I ask if there's still a purpose for me, and would it be in healing? So this is our dear 68-year-old Hillary Quigley.
Is this Hillary? Am I spelling that correctly?
I think there's one L instead of two, but yes, it's Hillary.
Hillary, yes, absolutely. And I got to tell you, you've got great fairy energy. So being in nature, it's funny when I tune into you, I see you, you've got all these plants around you, some flowers and stuff. So know that I see you doing this. You have great, my hands are buzzing. You have great
great healing energy.
Yeah, it's definitely there. They're saying that you've even done some stuff to activate this. So yeah, baby, get out there and start doing this. I mean, this is something that's really exciting for you. You've even got some support around you. It looks like maybe this is family, somebody who lives either in the house with you or really near to you. They're supportive of this, and they even say, yeah, come over here and do my shoulder, things like that. Yes, do it. You have a giggle that is so infectious. People love it. So know that I see you doing the healing, but I'm also not going to be surprised if you start teaching some healing as well.
I'm going to go to Nishara. I don't think we were able to get Nishara live on the phone, but Nishara wrote into us about 10 minutes into the call, and hopefully they will hear this. Nishara asked, oh, hi, Nishara. I was going to get to your question. You had said I was blocked in every way, not sure why and what to do. So tell us what's going on.
Thank you. I wish I knew what was going on.
Okay.
I really do. And thank you for taking my call. Thank you for hearing me. I really don't know, and this is why I'm here. I would really like to know. It's not even, what should I do? Where should I go? It's like, what is going on, and what do I need to do to unblock everything?
What is happening? Can I ask what's happening that you feel there's a block? Like what is not showing up? What is showing up in your physical?
What is not showing up is I cannot tell you how many jobs I've applied for. I can't tell you. I don't know. Nothing has happened. The finances have been really slow, and this is going from having a lot of options and opportunities, etc., to nothing ever working out or nothing ever happening. And I'm just not sure if it's what the blockage is or why, and I where will I end up, what will happen to me, I'm not sure. And I'm also think of a career in healing, but I'm not sure. I just don't know. I just would like some direction and guidance, an explanation, I think.
Okay, Nishara, I want to ask you, do you believe in other lifetimes?
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you that as soon as you start talking, I go in and they're showing me another lifetime where you were, it was almost like you were free, but it was like, no, you're not really free. I may have released you from this prison, but you really can't go because there's still, if you cross that line, you're going to be zapped by an electric fence. Not exactly, right? But know that energy is still coming up for you. So this energy, this feeling of freedom, free to choose, free to go, free to be yourself, that is really, really blocked. And one of the things that we need to do, if we got on a call, we can do some healing. We can clear some of these blocks and be able to get you moving forward because, yeah, honey, you've got so much more to offer this lifetime and offer the world. You're so dang smart and you're healing. You are able to see things. And now you're going to have to tell me if this is true or not, because they're telling me this, but the angels are telling me that you can see things, even like in the quantum, and you really can manifest very easily, but you put that on the back burner. Is that true?
Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not. I really can't explain to it, but yes, I have been able to manifest, but then nothing at all.
Okay.
And I don't know about the you had freedom, but you couldn't move in a past lifetime. I feel that's true in this lifetime.
But it's just repeating. It's like it's rhyming again. Yeah.
So
but what should I do? Where should I go? What should I be doing?
Tell me where you are geographically right now, honey.
South Africa.
And how old are you?
Very old. 58.
Honey. Okay. So know that immediately when I tune into you and getting your age and geographic location just helps me pinpoint the energy very quickly. It is like the bars on the walls have come down in every direction you look, right? And it makes it very, very difficult. So know that this isn't necessarily a physical location where you need to be. It is more of a mental headspace that once we get some of these blocks out of the way, you're going to be able to start moving forward and feel like, okay, yeah, I really can go wherever I want to go. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So we've got to start shifting the energy for her. And it sounds like this may be something to do in a little deeper session. But one thing we are going to do for Nishara and everyone here is a process. So we're going to start the ball rolling. That's what we love to do at UWealth with our processes, is give you just an opportunity to really feel a different space today. And we've got something that Courtney's selected for our audience called Soul Connection and Karma Clearing. And absolutely, I think this is going to help Nishara and a lot of us here who are kind of replaying old patterns from someplace we can't really ascertain yet, maybe another life, another existence, and something else, like Evie, who strangely got cut off, just weird things, right? We don't know, but there is so much at other realms, at other dimensions, other frequency levels that we can't perceive that could be blocking us. And this is where we're going to start to move out of that. So Courtney, tell us what we're going to do. And then I want to dive into that. And I want to also make note, if you are wanting some personal time to really dive in with Courtney and get the answers like I got and go way deeper than we did here today, you're going to want to check out what she's doing. I know there's going to be a rush to grab these sessions. So if you want to do that while you're about to get ready for the process, you may want to do that. We're going to share the page, but it's at uwealthrevolution.com/Courtney, KOURTNEY 28. And Courtney, let's do this soul connection and karma clearing. Then we'll talk a little bit about what you're doing for everyone at UWealth this season as well.
Wonderful. So when we talk about karma clearing and connecting with our soul, there are so many times we feel like we have to do things by ourselves. And so your angels want you to know that when you start opening up to them, to spirit, to source, to the angelic realm, it makes it so much easier because you're not having to fight it all on your own. And one of the things that we find that's blocking people and from other lifetimes where it starts coming into this lifetime is those lessons that we've learned from those other lifetimes and being able to bring those lessons, that love forward into this lifetime. So this process we're going to do is a little bit about clearing that, bringing forth the lessons, bringing forth the love, because it's not necessarily that we need punishment, right? As much as we need that love, that forgiveness, and that clearing, okay? So if you'll take a minute, get comfortable, get relaxed. If y'all want to go ahead and close your eyes, know that that's going to cut you off from the earthly plane so you can really experience this in your body, in your mind's eye, mentally, emotionally. So take a few slower, deeper breaths in. This is really going to ground you and connect you into your being. And know that we're setting the intention of clearing karma, of bringing forth love, whole love, unconditional love, and forgiveness. So I want you to imagine in your mind's eye really going out into space, going out into the galaxy. And as you look around or as you sense or feel what's around you, you're sending the message out to all the souls you've ever encountered in this lifetime or in any others. And we're asking those souls for forgiveness for anything we may have knowingly or unknowingly done to wrong them, to hurt them, or even something that was misconstrued or misunderstood and perceived as a hurt, as a slight, even a judgment or a criticism. To all of those souls, we ask for forgiveness. As that forgiveness is granted, you start to see almost like falling stars, but it doesn't make the sky darker. It lights it up. And you start to feel and experience the weight and the pressure of that unforgiveness falling away. And you are bringing forth the lessons. And more importantly, you're bringing forth the love and allowing that to reside in your heart and to open and expand. And in return, you connect with all the souls in this lifetime and any other lifetime who may have directly or indirectly hurt you, intentionally or unintentionally. Any criticism you felt, any judgment, you give forgiveness to them. And with this forgiveness, you give and you send unconditional love. And we'll do it again. We forgive. We release that energetic bond that binds you and holds you to the hurt. And we release it with love. Because we understand we don't have to be right. But we learn the lessons. They learn the lessons. And that's up to them. But you release that entrapment, that bondage, and you let it go. And you are no longer willing to hold on to the hurts, to the pain, to the regrets, to the resentment. And we give grace. And the more grace we give, the more we are filled with that love and that mercy. And we feel our heart opening a little bit more as we forgive and release that bondage and release ourselves from holding on to that negativity. And as it's replaced with love, we call in to align completely, wholly, and fully with our soul, higher self, spirit, from this lifetime and any others. And now we ask to forgive ourselves. We forgive ourselves for things we've done intentionally or unintentionally, knowingly or unknowingly. Any hurts, any decisions, any regrets, made or not made. And we forgive. And we are no longer willing to hold on to that negativity, to that toxicity, to that blame or shame. We are no longer going to second guess ourselves with what we could have or should have done differently. No, we forgive ourselves because we did the very best we could with the information we had at that time. And we are here to learn and learn the lesson. And we bring forth the lessons. And even more powerfully, we bring forth that unconditional love and the grace and ease we give ourselves as we go through these lifetimes. And we forgive. And we send love. And we clear the karma. And you're doing a beautiful job. I see the energy lines getting cleared. I see a lot of these blocks just disintegrating. You've learned the lessons and you're bringing forth the lessons, and you don't need to be tested on it anymore. And you are filling yourself and your soul with unconditional love. And I forgive you. I forgive myself for any harm you may have caused me. I may have caused you. I may have caused myself or others. And I offer you my love, my unconditional love, and forgiveness and blessings. I deeply appreciate you. I deeply appreciate myself. I deeply appreciate these experiences. I deeply honor you. I deeply honor myself. And I honor these experiences. And in this state of love and forgiveness, we bring in gratitude. And being in the higher vibration of appreciation, love, and gratitude, we raise ourselves to a frequency now where we can say over and over, unconditional forgiveness, unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness, unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness, and truly unconditional love. Know that you can come back to this and you can set the intention that each time you chant unconditional forgiveness, you can do it for 1 minute, and the intention is set for those who have hurt you. The next minute of chanting unconditional forgiveness, you're sending it out for those souls you've hurt. And the third minute of chanting unconditional forgiveness is for yourself. And you truly honor yourself, the experiences, the lessons. you appreciate it, you honor it, and you bless it. And now releasing all of this as Michael and the angels take all of this away, releasing from you this burden, and now filling you with that joy, that love, that peace, knowing you may now move forward without being bound to these other times. Take some deep breaths in. And when you are ready, very gently and respectfully, come back into the room, back into your body. Open your eyes.
Wow. Incredible. I feel like wiped clean, like, and I'm feeling everyone like we just literally wiped away all these karmic ties, all of these things that we've been carrying that maybe we're not even aware of. It's just amazing. This was like a full-blown little deal here, Courtney. Thank you. I feel like we can now choose a lot easier. I want to hear from y'all. Maybe it's me, maybe it's everyone here, but already getting some big thank yous from the audience here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The thing I'm feeling right now is that we have now this open pathway that, like, if we've been carrying this weight, this karmic bond, this karmic tie, this feeling of something we did right, something we did wrong, something we didn't do that we should have done, it limits our timeline. It limits our choices. It makes us feel heavier. And I, for one, it's like I'm feeling just this huge opening. And we got a few comments coming in. I felt lifted from what was slowing my healing. Exactly. This is from Dolores. Lifted from what was slowing my healing. I think we all got that in many ways. Yes, says Sue. That's what she's saying. Yes. Thank you very much. Let me know what you felt. Wow, that was profound, huge. It actually felt like an expansive session. Yeah, literally a huge gift. I mean, this was this was a soul connection and karmic clearing. This was exactly what it was. People are going to be writing in for a while on this, so I want to keep sharing. But you know what's cool about this is we've now opened up the space to where you can make those timeline choices. So everybody now is primed to make that timeline choice and that timeline transformation. And I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to share what Courtney's doing, because she's given so much to us. And she's doing something I've never seen her do before. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't think she's ever done this, because normally, just to get some time with Courtney, obviously it is usually a lot more. We've got something really special she's only doing for us. And I don't know how many of these she's got. But if you want to go deeper with Courtney, from what I'm reading, every different option is going to get you some time with Courtney Levins. And let me share a little bit about what's going to happen, because if you've been wanting to get some personal help, Package A is going to get you there. You get a 15-minute time frame with Courtney with Package A. And if you want to have more time, like 30 minutes, that's going to be Package B. And Courtney, anything you want to share about this all new work you're doing called Angelic Timeline Transformations?
Darius, I have been really, really blessed, not only with amazing clients like who are on the call today. I saw Lai Ching and her daughter. We talked about her daughter becoming a recording artist, and she is now. I mean, it's just beautiful. But those kinds of things, where there are even predictions, clearing the blocks, doing more than just where's my lost bracelet, right? I've been blessed with not only having wonderful clients, but also an upgrade to my abilities that has happened, where I have had infinite counsel come in. I'm communicating with sentient beings who I've never experienced before. I am dealing with higher vibrations that are really allowing me to not just be fully present in it, but there is no question whenever they're showing me something, if that's what needs to happen for the client. So whether it's 15 minutes, and let me tell you, I can talk an awful lot, and I can talk really, really fast in 15 minutes. We get a lot of things covered. But in that reading, we will start off with a prayer where I invoke your angels, your guides, ascended masters. A lot of times your ancestors will come through, and it's wonderful because, believe it or not, a lot of your ancestors have been with you for many, many lifetimes. And their guidance can be really, really valuable. And being able to tell you, this is who's in your life helping you, and here's who is not helping you. And being able to navigate that and really helping you open your heart to receiving that guidance. When your angels give you information, you ultimately still have free will, right? So you could say, oh, I am forgiving, except that one person, right? And hey, know that all of that karma is going to be cleared from every place else except that one person. But it may be exactly what's blocking you from that ultimate job, that sense of freedom, becoming that powerful healer.
So you're not going to only show people the potential timeline, but what's sticking. You said sometimes there's work to do to soul heal, to release, to open up a new space so that that timeline can come through. So it's going to be a combination of things, right? So there's going to be that releasing, and you've got all sorts of stories. My story, you've got Nina, who had a 10x increase in income. It's pretty amazing, 10x. And lots of other things. This is all about timeline transformation and what needs to happen to do that. So we're going to be talking more about it. And Courtney, for those people wondering if a timeline transformation is possible, what would you say to them if they think, I don't know? Well, we just cleared the karma, everyone. We just opened up a space where there is possibility. People writing in, feeling lighter, brighter. This is where you start to now have different choices. That heaviness weighs us down. It's like there's only one way possible. It's always got to be the same. But now that it's lighter and brighter, there's a choice point. And it may be going deeper into this. It may just be going out and going for a walk and plugging into, your heart more. But whatever it is, do something that brings you joy. And Courtney, what would you say about the possibility of timeline transformations right now?
We all have really specific times in our life where we are faced with decisions. And you may feel stuck. And I've found that whenever we feel stuck, it's because we haven't made that decision. But if we don't have an idea of which way to go, and we want to hear our angels, know that I can open those doors for you. I can tell you what your gifts are. I can tell you the way your angels are communicating with you. I can tell you what signs they're giving you. I can tell you specific times that they've been there and things they're showing me about you right now. So it's very, very powerful. It's very, very moving. And yes, a lot of times they give you homework or home play of things to do so that you can be accelerated on your move forward. They will tell you, here's how to connect with us more. Here are the steps you're going to have to take to get that condo that everybody tells you isn't going to happen. Or, hey, here's what has to happen if you want that new job, right? You're thinking lower. It's time to think higher. And here's some names that are coming through on that. Being able to help you, tune into different cities. What is it? Like we were talking about the vibe with Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
That vibe is different for each person. And we can actually go into even the cardinal directions and say, if you move west, here's what it's going to look like. If you move east, or this town versus this town, we can show you all of that, and even show you things like, if your child goes to this school, here's what that destiny looks like. If your child goes to this school, here's what it looks like. Just like we did with you, Darius. If you stay, here's what it looks like.
No, please, I don't want to stay. I know I'm please, I can't think about if I would have stayed, I wouldn't have even done the show. I don't even know. Honestly, I'll be honest, I don't know. I hate to think what I'd be doing, but I feel like I might have taken draft. I mean, wouldn't have been good. So, I think we see doorways. We have these spots where the angels can show us a new timeline, and we kind of freeze time. When we make a decision that we are going to have an answer, we're going to have a new path forward, we freeze time for a moment. And that's when those doorways open up. There's never a moment where it's not possible to change. Whether you're 8 or 80, there's always doorways opening and closing. And so, I want to talk about those doorways because I think this is one of them. And I had the same decision point. Now, I didn't get a 15-minute, but I will say for the first time, Courtney is giving folks 15 minutes for $127. For people on a budget, this is an amazing way to get some time with Courtney. But I wound up, I'm going to scroll down because I actually got about 30 minutes with Courtney one-on-one. And that is in package B. And you're going to get a bunch of cool stuff in all the packages. But this 30-minute session with Courtney is going to give you time with her to actually move forward and get the answers. And Courtney, you know, when they do this with you, one of the things I'm excited about is you're going to help them see that timeline. You're going to help open that up. So now they're starting from a fresh place, cleared karma. Now new things are going to come forward. And does it really matter the area? Could it be a love? Could it be romance? Could it be job? Could it be location? I mean, is there any limit to maybe the area or the questions or the things that you can dive into in these sessions? And like I said, it could happen in 15 minutes as well.
I have not had anything that I could not tune into. Okay. Now, if the angels, if they say it's not the right time and they don't want us to know, then maybe I won't be able to see the exact day that this man proposes to you or the exact day that you move into your house. But I can tell you, hey, we're seeing December for one of the ladies who we spoke to today. Evie, I see you being full on healing by March. So know that if you make that decision, I see you doing that. And I can, yes, timelines are a big thing. And it's one of the things that sets me apart from other readers. And it's one of the things I teach in my reader certification. I tell them there are certain readers out there who won't do predictions. They're too afraid of it. They're too afraid to give timelines or when they see things. We face it head on. And we are here to tell you, yes, if I see a timeline, ask for it.
Ask for it.
When are we going to move? When are things going to change? When is my daughter going to get her singing career started? Because that's something we can tune into and tap into. You go this way, here's what it looks like. Go this way, it looks like.
I love it. Well, Dolores said she just ordered. Odile said this, which is very interesting. I don't know if she realized this today or maybe on another session. She said, I just realized that I had been a slave for 6 lifetimes and cleared that. And she says, wow, hopefully this will make a difference in my life. A big difference. So you mean you feel you just cleared it now, today, 6 lifetimes? I hope so. I think so. I feel a lot of people cleared a lot of stuff today. Yes, today, says Odile. 6 lifetimes cleared. So now we have choice points. We're going to move forward in a new path. So I want to walk through what you're doing because I love that you've made it affordable. If somebody's on a budget, you can dive in and get 15 minutes with Courtney. For a little more, you can get 30 minutes, but $127 is the price of package A, and that is 15 minutes with Courtney. But we're also going to have some other things happening, like some additional pieces here. You're going to basically have connecting soul to source for abundance audio. That's under that. That's going to be another thing you're going to get. Tell us about this real quick and why you wanted to include this in the package.
These are some really important times, and know that all of these meditations are
medications.
Yes, they're all brand new. These were all
medical advice, but it's funny.
All divinely channeled specifically for this call, for Darius's group, for the clients who are considering getting this package. These have been channeled from your angels and guides specifically for you. So know that this isn't just, you know, your basic one. This is something we really sat down with the angels and guides, meditated for days on before it was actually transmitted. So these are really powerful. This isn't something that don't do it while you're driving in the car, right?
Okay.
This is something that when you connect with this, you are connecting your soul to source. You are really making that alignment. Even if you go, I don't know what that means, you know what? It's totally okay. And if you play these meditations at night and you fall asleep to it, guess what? It still works. But these meditations are really transformative. They are really opening up doors for you. Know that you feel the breakthroughs on this. That's really the big thing. The breakthroughs in abundance. I let some of my readers play with these before I put them out here to get their feedback on it. And the feedback has been amazing. Immediately, blocks were cleared, more clients coming in, things with their other jobs. So really, really great feedback on these. And know that I went through and even tweaked a few more things. So I really like the energy, really like the frequencies that we've infused into these meditations. And we cover all your main questions: abundance, money, prosperity. abundance in friendships, romance, joy, happiness. Also, your well-being, right?
So each one of these, Courtney, covers an area, just so we could be clear. So the first one is abundance. Yes. The next one, sorry to jump in, is, well, really releasing sort of like all of those things that block well-being and connection, like the energetics, like there's energetics of discomfort, of a lack of ease, of vitality being diminished. So we release that energy, which is amazing. And then you're going to be helping folks reveal their life purpose. For so many people here who said, I'm blocked, this could change everything. And I love it. 127. Plus, I get a session from you, which, I mean, it's just amazing. That is so beautiful. Such a gift, and a lot of stories. Life changed forever. No longer a skeptic. Plus, if you want to do more work, we've got some coupons. 127. Amazing. And everything we're doing this season, just real quick for anybody who wants to go deeper into this, we've made our checkout super fast. And we've also have different options like PayPal. You can use Google Pay if you're on a Google device, and also other ways to pay, like if you need some time. So we've done a lot there. I love that. The other thing, Courtney, tell me about package B in the 30 minutes and then the live group call you're doing. So I'm gonna jump into that real quick. You've got a live group call coming up, and that's another piece that you wanted to share with folks. Tell us about that.
Yes, we're going to do a class because y'all may or may not realize this, but you have gifts. And it's one of the things that I hear so often on my calls is people asking me, how can I increase my intuition? How can I get more messages from my angels? And we're going to go through that, and we're going to talk about what your specific gifts are. Made this real easy before we get into the rush of the holidays. December 7th, Saturday morning. Hopefully this can reach everybody's time zone, because I know I've got a lot of clients in Australia, in London. So all the time zones, hopefully this will work for you. But 10 o'clock Central, Saturday morning, we're going to go in and really talk about why these messages might get missed. Did you dismiss it? Or is it really a sign? And how do you know it's not just your imagination? And that is one of the really big benchmarks that my clients want to know is, how do I know it's not just me creating it? How do I know this is real? And so we're going to go into those secrets, the secrets that only years and years of doing readings afford you the experience to understand and to be able to pinpoint it. So we're going to get really specific on this and let you know how you know it's a message. And what's the question that you ask yourself to know if it's your imagination or if it really is coming from your angels?
So this is the secrets of how to hear the messages from angels. Yeah, that's enormous. So I know your big thrust is to not necessarily do sessions for the rest of your life, and like everybody needs to do a million. You actually want people to get the messages so they get one session and they can as much as possible move on and move forward. I had the one session with you, and I don't think I had a session for another like 8 years, until we connected again. But I had enough to move forward. And yeah, you're going to want to take action, but you want to give people that feeling. And that's the thing. I felt it really deeply. I knew, okay, just like Kay was feeling Charlotte versus New York, she could feel the vibe. She was like, oh yeah, that vibe. And sometimes there's things we don't realize that we know. We know a lot more. The angels have probably been trying to reach us, reach you, reach me. So check it out. Courtney's got a 30-minute session in package B. She's got a 15 minutes in A. And we'll deliver the audios in package B if you decide to go deeper. So you're going to get all of that included in B. So it's pretty amazing. And I'll mention really quick too, it's at uauthorrevolution.com/Courtney28. And we've got some other things here. You've got Becoming One with Your Angels, a meditation audio. Now, this seems really deep. What is this about? This will be available till Sunday at midnight. What does Becoming One with the Angels mean?
So we realize that we are part of God, source, creators, the great I am, right? And we are an extension of that. But your angels are also an extension. They're an extension of you. They're an extension of God. And so instead of there being such a difference between us and our angels and having it be something that's outside of us, this meditation really helps us to merge and really become one with our angels. the really cool thing is you will see things totally differently once you experience this.
Wow.
You will have this. Gosh,
I've never seen anybody share that before. Nobody's ever like, hey, I'm not just going to read. I'm going to like show you how to be one with your angel. I mean, that's mind blowing. I can actually feel some of that vibe. That's really good. Wow.
And they want that, and we want to experience that. So instead of having Archangel Michael sit down and have a conversation on the couch with us, we're going to allow that and have access from Archangel Michael from within ourselves. We are going to feel that presence of our angels come in and feel and know and understand this is the message they're bringing to us. This is their guidance, and know that it's not something outside of us. We can be immersed in it as well.
Yeah. You know what I feel? I can feel everybody's energy on this call right now. It's so different than when we came on. Like, we cleared some massive timelines here. Let me know what y'all are feeling. Dolores said, I purchased package B. I am stoked. Just super cool. Let me know what you're feeling, everyone. What are you feeling after that clearing? And how does your future look in your mind's eye? Do you see timelines now? Do you see maybe without some of that heaviness that there's now maybe another choice? I see it. I want to hear from all of you. So let us know. And also, this is at uwealthrevolution.com/Courtney 28. These are going to go fast. Sure, calendar fills up. And when it does, we have to wait a while. So we've opened these up. This is the first day that it's dropped. So you want to grab it, because honestly, these timelines, these doorways, you can shift at any moment. And Courtney helps you do that. And I know a lot of people are wanting that shift. Courtney, what would you say for somebody maybe like me who comes in and they're going through a divorce, they're going through a child, they're going through a scare, they're going through a dry season of something not working out, and they feel scared, they feel maybe even a little hopeless? Because when I came to see you, I was feeling a little hopeless. I mean, I was holding back the tears. I was like really a wreck. I remember driving and I'm like, God, I hope this lady can help me figure this out. And I'm like, where am I going? I'm crazy for doing this. But, everyone, you might feel like, oh, there's no way. But I kept thinking, I need to do, there was a voice, I need to do this. I need to do this. And I was like, just stop. You need to do this. You need answers. You don't have you need someone else to help you a little bit, just to get you started, to get the flow going. And I'm so glad I did. It was the right decision. So what would you say for someone who's in that space and just not sure, they don't believe it's possible, or they don't think they have a better timeline? What would you say to them?
Ask yourself, does your future matter to you? Do the rest of the days of your life matter? Because if they do, you want to get answers. You want to get answers that you probably haven't heard before. Because when your angels talk to you, they don't tell you, you should do this or you should do that. No, they're going to let you ultimately make that choice, but they're going to let you know, whoo, this one looks a heck of a lot better. And hey, you hadn't even thought of this one. So ask yourself, do you matter? Does the rest of your days here on this earthly plane, do they matter? Do you want to have that communication with your angels? Because when you have a reading with me, that opens up automatically. It is an expansion that you haven't experienced yet. And you'll start to go, I knew this. Maybe this.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what yeah.
So if you're ready for your life to go to a higher vibration, to go to that destiny line, that's easier, more enjoyable, more fun, really expansive. If you want to have that communication with your angels, if you want your intuition to increase, then this is for you.
I appreciate that. I love that, because you will feel kind of what these timelines feel like, and you're going to go, oh my God, yeah, I've been feeling that. I remember that vibe. Kind of like, yeah, I remember the vibe of Charlotte. Yeah, it felt like this. It's like, you're going to build trust. It's all here. Angelic timeline transformations, wealth, health, and love. There are multiple timelines. There's a beautiful, abundant timeline. There's a healthy timeline. There's a love timeline. We can tap into all of these. And Courtney and I talked and formulated this package based on my own experience with her. And I said, this would be amazing to share. It's not going to be around forever, but check it out. The uwealthrevolution.com/Courtney. 28. I love it. It's absolutely amazing. And I do believe they are calling us to receive something more. So check it out. And Courtney, thank you for being here. This was great. Thank you for being in my life and, well, opening all this up for me and just, gosh, even today, like I feel brighter and happier and more like, wow, the world's my oyster, because I can feel everybody here starting to vibe at a different frequency than when they came in. And this is really what is possible for so many people. So thanks for being here and doing that amazing activation clearing for us too.
Oh, you are so welcome. I can't wait to hear what it's changed in you. Some people are going to feel their gifts have come online. Yeah. I'd love to hear if you feel like your intuition has opened up, if there's any pressure change in your head, maybe things you feel, because it's really, really powerful. And then you even start to go, ooh, yeah, there's one thing I'm not forgiving. And that comes to the surface so that you can work on that. But thank you for having me. I love this. This was, Darius, you always challenge me to do something bigger, more expansive, something no one's ever done before. And I think we've nailed it on this one. So I can't wait for this to really open things up for people on so many levels.
Absolutely. A lot of people already writing in. Beautiful. Thank you. Love, light, flowing. Absolutely. And everyone here, please know your best days are ahead. You have multiple timelines, multiple choice points, multiple futures, and you can shift them. You can stop time, change the direction, plug into a higher space. You are not born to suffer. You were not put here to live a toil-filled life that you don't enjoy. And if anyone tells you that, just say, cancel, get behind me, Satan. I'm here to live a victorious, beautiful life. And there's tools and amazing people like Courtney coming forward to help. And that's why we love to share her work. This is where you find it. YWRevolution.com/Courtney 28. Thank you, Courtney. This was amazing.
Thank you. And thank you to everybody who came on the call. Love y'all.
We love y'all. We'll see you soon. And check it out while it lasts. Much love, everyone. Thanks for being here. And we will see you soon. Take care.